Hey, it's Marko here from Fair Realty, Victoria, BC. Today I'm going to talk about why, as a realtor, I personally prefer email communication over text and over voice. Sometimes I go to real estate courses and whatnot, and you get realtors chiming in that we've lost our way as realtors because there's less and less voice communication. And then a lot of the older realtors, they still think it's important to present an offer in person directly to the seller as the buyer's agent. And I don't prescribe to any of these methods. As a consumer, I prefer to keep my time to myself so I can spend it with my family, go hiking, do whatever. 9 years ago, I personally bought a Tesla. It was all online. I sold that Tesla recently and bought a brand new Tesla. I went online, bought a Tesla yet again, put down the deposit using PayPal, uploaded my driver's license, uploaded a void check where the payments would be coming out of, and then online I was able to set an appointment to pick that Tesla up in Langford here where the Tesla dealership is. I kid you not. I took an Uber to Tesla Langford, and I was out driving my new Tesla with license plates on the car within 21 minutes. That's efficiency, and I never talked to a single person until I arrived at the dealership. I just cringe having to go to a regular dealership and spend a couple of hours obtaining a car and waiting for people and blah, blah, blah. So why do I prefer email as a primary method of communication in real estate? A number of reasons. Let's say requests for information. Sometimes my clients call me and they'll say, hey, Marko, what about this house that just came up? Well, there's 3,500 active listings in Victoria as of right now. Even if I was familiar with the house over a phone call conversation, I can't send you all the attachments, such as the title, such as the property disclosure form, such as the sales history with all the photos from the house when the house was sold 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So if people send me an email, I'm able to efficiently get them all the information they need and attach all my comments and thoughts pertaining to that information. You know, even text isn't that good because it's difficult for me to package in PDFs and various things into a text message. The other reason I prefer email communication is nothing is lost in translation. I had a situation the other day where, my client phoned me and said, well, I thought we had discussed July completion, not a June completion. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure on the phone we discussed the June completion, and that's why I wrote up the contract with the June dates. This doesn't happen via email because if you forget, you just reference the emails. Okay, we talked about this. We talked about including these items, not including these items. These are the conditions we talked about, the length of the conditions. Everything is nicely laid out, especially if you're working with someone that's able to put together a well-written email. Many other reasons, such as confidential information. The one problem I find is when realtors phone other realtors, sometimes confidential information that shouldn't be leaked is leaked. And in the sense that the other agent says, hey, listen, my guys are motivated, just bring me something, I'll make it work. But they don't actually have permission from their client to be saying that or something along that line. So when it comes to emails going back and forth, I feel like confidential information on the part of the clients is much better protected than it is via voice conversation. So in my opinion, I love email. I love written contracts. Everyone's on the same page. There's no misunderstandings. And email too, I'm able to reply to an email just as fast as I am to a text message because it comes directly to my phone. But it's a lot easier for me if I'm finishing a showing or somewhere just to grab my laptop, bam, click it, open or fire it up and send back a proper email with all the information my client wants. And if there's something they forget, they can reference that email. That's it for this week. Marko, Juras, Fair Realty.